Hey everyone, Sandy here, and I am back today with another Christmas in July layout. And I gotta tell you, Christmas in July, I love it. My daughters and I watch cheesy Christmas movies on TV, and we just have a grand old time. And I gotta say, I'm really loving scrapbooking Christmas in July as well. I was very regimented in how I scrapbooked, January to December. But this skipping around is really freeing, and I've decided that I'm gonna scrap how I like, when I like, and what I like with what I like. So, I don't know, maybe just a little epiphany that I wanted to share with you guys. So this is what I've pulled out. Pulled out a couple tools. I've pulled out this border punch from EK Success, and normally what I do with this border punch is cut it in half and use one side on one side and then the other on the other, like of photos or paper or whatever. So we'll see what I do with that. I've pulled out some stamps. These are from Autumn Leaves, these two right here. And these are Chamel's 2015 Christmas stamps. Now, obviously, some of the dated stuff isn't going to work, but the other stuff can. All right. What else do I have? I have some wood veneer letters that I'm going to do something fun with. I have this basic gray evergreen collection. Some tile stickers, some word stickers from Simple Stories, some rub-ons from Merry and Bright, along with a couple dies and tags that I pulled out from that same collection. Some 6x6 paper. This is from some Recollections collection, and then this is Simple Stories. I also have these Recollection snowflakes, and then we have some dies and acetate pieces from Merry and Bright. The photos that I'm going to be using are photos of my kids opening their stockings. When we do Christmas, we do stockings, and then we get into all the other presents. And then I have some papers. I have two from Merry and Bright, and I have this piece of a 12 by 12 sheet that came from the Chamel Christmas Magic paper pad. All right, let's see what I can do. All right, so I matte my paper, the blue paper on top of the stripe paper. There's about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And at first I was thinking about having the photo up at the top. That's what I normally do with photos. If I have two going straight across the page, they're usually up at the top and most of the embellishment goes on the bottom. But this time I decided to bring it farther down to the bottom of the page. It's not just, honestly, it wasn't like a design decision or any like thing other than I know that I have a bunch of stuff in my albums that are at the top of the page. And if I spread around the bulk in my albums, I can get more pages into the album. So it was truly just a thinking about my albums and how I have a lot of stuff going on at the top and I would need it to bring some down at the bottom. Now, I had pulled out those lovely wood veneer letters, and the title of this page was going to be A Beautiful Mess, and I was going to be using beautiful in wood veneer, and I had put this lovely Wink of Stella blue glitter on them, and I love them, and that's why there is blue on those wood veneer pieces right there that I end up not using. I end up going back to the plain one. However, I didn't have any T's, so I had to create a T. And I created a T by using an L and an F, I believe. And I had glued it together and set it to dry. And when I came back to it, I couldn't find it. I still don't know where it is. I don't know if it, the glue stuck to something and it ended up, I just don't know where it is. It could be in the trash, it could be anywhere right now. And I don't know where it is. So I have beautiful, except for the T, and this great glitter wood veneer now, and not enough wood veneer letters to recreate the T. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the word beautiful without the T. I'm just not sure. If you have any suggestions, love to hear it. Or if you have any suggestions of a different title I could use using the letters in beautiful minus the T. Okay, so I decide that I really want to use these acrylic pieces. And honestly, having that whole, the whole A Beautiful Mess, like, title going kind of threw me off, and I had this whole plan going, and this totally is not what the plan was. But you know what? I ended up happy with this page, and it's Christmas in July, so I mean, you can't go wrong. So because I had the black basic gray like wood veneer piece up there, I decided to bring a black label sticker down to the bottom so that I could fit my title on it. And the title is FaLaLa. And I don't know why I chose that title other than I looked at my wood veneer pieces and I had enough letters to do FaLaLa. So that's what happened. I toyed with the idea of putting the glue glitter back on them and doing it again with my original kind of idea for the wood veneer alphabet. But honestly, if I lost another one, I was going to lose it. Like, it stressed me out. I was on my hands and knees in the room looking around to see if it fell on the ground. I went through my entire Christmas box. I went through, like, the little trash holder thing that I use, and I couldn't find it, and it made me lose my mind. So I just decided to skip that altogether and just keep the wood veneer. And I used my little Scotch dot adhesive for that. These wood veneer letters are kind of fragile, and I had already broken one of those A's and had glued it back together. So I was afraid that the ATG would pull it off and like really break it up again. So I went with the dot adhesive. Using some foam just to pop up the 25, and it is Christmas Day, so it's completely appropriate to use that 25 die cut. And I'm also going to layer some of those snowflake acrylics and another little die cut down there. And I'm thinking to myself while I'm doing this, do I need to add some place to get some journaling on here? Or am I okay? Or am I just going to be like, this is one of those Christmas pages that doesn't get a lot of the journaling. And I have those. I have Christmas pages that is a ton of journaling. I have Christmas pages that literally has no journaling on it. I have Christmas pages with no titles. It's just, I mean, it's Christmas. You know it's Christmas. It's in the whole section of an album that's just Christmas. So I don't always like write Christmas 2016 or, you know, whatever. I end up writing 2016 on this one and actually screw up the date a little bit, so, but it's the only label sticker or label that I had in that outlined gold, so I just left it. All right, so here is where I'm having a problem. I pull out that brown 6x6 paper pad, and I go through 3 border punches that get jammed with that paper. 3 of them. And I don't know if they're dull, if it's the paper or what, but I was pretty ticked off, and they're sitting off to the side on a table, and I still haven't sharpened them yet with aluminum foil because it frustrated me so much that all 3 of them went down. Like every single one just like jammed up in the paper. Oh my word, it made me so mad. And I didn't want to use the scallop. I wanted to use something, you know, with a little bit of, you know, I'm moving my hand around and you guys can't see me. Okay. Let's just say I didn't want to go scallops. So I didn't. What I did do was pull out those Recollection snowflakes and decide a couple places where I wanted them to go on the page. Now, living in California, where we live, there are definitely places in California that get snow, and some people don't realize that, but where we live, we don't get snow. Where we live, we've lived here 2 years, and we haven't even turned on the heat. So, using snowflakes at Christmas is basically the only time I'm ever going to use snowflakes on a page. We don't go skiing. I will never go skiing again. I had a skiing accident as a teenager, and it was horrible, and it scarred me for life, and I have no desire to ever go skiing ever again. And we don't make snowmen because we have no snow. So snowflakes are kind of now a Christmas thing instead of a winter thing for me. But, you know, it works. So I had run over to get my white embellishments. I keep them in those little, like, container things. I can't remember who makes them, but I love them, and they're sorted by color and basic type. So I get out my white brads, because I still like brads, guys, and I decide that I'm going to use the brads to fasten the acrylic to the paper. So I'm just going to poke a hole in each one and then adhere it to the paper. That way there's no like adhesive that you can see. And then I put this little cluster on there, and it's totally not a journaling piece, it's just a decoration. And I decided to hang it so much over top of the photo because there's so much white space in that photo. It's not covering up anything important, it's the white part of a wall, and like it just needed to be dressed up a little bit. Now that little teeny thing of brads that you saw me pull out, that is from Recollections, and they are the teeny tiny brads, and they're white and black, and I haven't put them into my containers because I keep those on my scrapbooking desk. Because they're so teeny, they remind me of the enamel dots, and I like white and black enamel dots, and those are the ones I seem to go through the quickest, so I just keep those on my desk. Not that you would even know that I like white and black enamel dots by the videos I've been putting out this month for my video a day, but trust me, I like them. It's so weird, and I noticed this when I watch other YouTubers, and I've caught myself doing it where I will say something that I really like or I do all the time, and then I look back over my recent videos and I'm like, I haven't done that once. Or I say something and like, I don't like this or I don't do this, and then a couple videos later, there I am doing it. So I guess the point is never say never with scrapbooking. You'd be surprised at what you'll end up doing, or what you'll end up trying, what you'll end up liking, what you'll stop doing. It's just like, make your pages that make you happy. And I have basic pages, I have exciting pages, I have pages that drive me insane, I have pages that just everything comes together and the angels sing and it's like, ah, and like they all make me happy. My completed albums make me happy. My year, I keep our albums in yearly format, so I have like 2016, 2015. Those albums make me happy. I like them on my shelf. I like going through them. I like going through our history from when we first were together in 1998 through, well, I'm working on 2016, so almost now. Like that gives me joy and that makes me happy. So, okay, so what did I just do? I just pulled out those Chamel Christmas Christmas stamps with those 3 little stars and placed them a little bit around the page. I also cut off the FaLaLa off the autumn leaves stamp. It was connected to a bird, and figured I would just add some FaLaLas around the page since that was the title. And I'm using Distress ink, so they're not, like, the stamp is not super crisp and super clear. It's just kind of like there. But I'm okay with that. Like, I know that I'm using Distress ink. I'm not, like, surprised. It's not like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it didn't stamp so crisp and clean. Like, I know that that's the way it was going to be. So I'm cool with it. And then I pull out the rub-ons, and these are from Fancy Pants, the Merry and Bright collection, which most of this stuff is from. And I like them. Oh my goodness. Like, I didn't realize Fancy Pants rub-ons were so smooth and so nice. Especially the gold one that I tried. Like, I was thinking I was going to have to, like, rub this sucker and rub it and rub it and rub it to get especially the gold one off. But it didn't. It came off so nicely. Like, Fancy Pants rub-ons are nice, guys. Like, wow. I was shocked. completely and utterly shocked. But anyway, so I get the rub-ons done on the top, and I decide that I'm going to add a little bit to the bottom as well. I'm sorry that it's cut off a little bit. It's showing like cut off a little bit on my screen. I keep reminding myself to push my layout up, but I probably should just move some stuff around. Oh well, we'll get it figured out eventually. Okay, so the rub-ons are on there, and I'm like super happy with it. Like super happy. And then I just decide that I'm going to write stockings 2016, but then I realize that that little thing at the top there keeps moving around and it's going to fall off, so I just add some more adhesive. And then I kind of mess up. I write stockings 200, so I just add an extra loop and add the 16 and make it happen for me that way. What am I doing? Oh, I'm also getting a stamp because I'm going to stamp Joy on that little tag there. All right, so as soon as I'm finished that, I'm going to be finished with the page. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm almost to 100 subscribers, which is really cool for me. And I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.